You're wearing right. Well, yeah. They don't want to get
Good morning at 6:30. This week's code of conduct is strive for restraint, discretion, and integrity. 34 days without a recordable injury. And then this week we're going to talk about bloodborne pathogens. It's one of your annual topics that we have to make sure everyone is informed and aware of. And so we're going to be talking about 29 CFR 1910, 1030. What are bloodborne pathogens? They are an infectious material in blood that can cause disease in humans, most commonly hepatitis B and C and HIV. Workers exposed to these pathogens are risk serious illness or death. Where we get exposed, sharp objects, needles. A lot of people have been seeing that on job sites. Broken glassware, while performing first aid. Anytime we see blood, wastewater treatments and facilities, municipal jobs, and active sewer. Protect yourself. Treat all blood and body fluids as potential infectious, and skin protect from pathogens, cuts, dermatitis, chapping, small cracks allowing germs to enter the body. And first aid, use gloves. Have little contact as possible with blood or body fluids. Wash hands with antibacterial soap after contact. And after contact, flush eyes and face with water for several minutes if you were contacted in those areas. Hepatitis B vaccination protects you from it. Feel free to all employees who are exposed to blood or other potential infectious materials as part of their job duty. So everyone here at ECI does have the right to hepatitis B vaccinations. And if you choose not to, then you need to sign a form. But I highly suggest everyone that is does this. And there is 3 vaccinations, so there's 3 different installments. The Center for Disease Control estimates there are approximately 28,000 HPV infections each year in the U.S. 280, excuse me. Is there any questions? Yes, Mr.
So those vaccinations that are offered, is that something that people would just contact you or Matt?
Set up with us, and we can get it set up with Champlain Medical. And like I said, there's 3 series of the shot.
And then we used to have kits in our trucks, like bloodborne pathogen kits, like rubber gloves.
Yep,
like rubber
absolutely.
Gloves.
We have that all set up downstairs. We have the gloves that are protective for blood, and they're very thick. And we have all first aid kits. So again, any questions or concerns, just give me a call.
Like gets hurt on your job and they're bleeding, you want to help them, but if you've got those gloves, you put them on, just like you see the first responders do, because it protects you also, right?
Yeah, you don't ever want to just take a paper towel and protect yourself that way. You need to make sure that there's plastic gloves or latex gloves that are between you and the blood.
And we have those gloves commonly.
Oh yes,
anyway,
absolutely.
That doesn't
absolutely.
have to be special.
Yeah, you're right.
That and there's gloves in your first aid kits.
Get your spill kit out.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Alberta. See if I can get this thing moving here.
The mouse you can use.
Oh, the mouse. Okay, I'm not used to a mouse.
Sorry.
It's all right. Okay, announcements. Pam Driver from Morgan Stanley will be here this morning. And let Sarah know if I think there might be 2 appointments left, I believe. And otherwise, you can call Pam direct or go to Morgan Stanley too. And do it off-site, do it at their office.
I think your appointments are this morning, Ken, right? between a certain time frame?
Right. It's like from, I think she's here right after safety meeting, and I think she's got like a 10 or 10:30, couple of them opening, couple openings. So, but also you can contact her even outside of these appointments. PT 360, the clinic, Friday the 13th, that's today again, 3 to 4.
We have all slots filled, but if there's anybody that is really needing something, just give me a call.
So just check with Alberta if you want to go, but right now we're filled up. Welcome to new hires. We have Susan Statsny and Doug Mason, and Susan is right here.
I do.
Susan is our new HR person, so it's,
Well, I'll be meeting her.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'll meet all of you in time.
So good. If you have questions about, about ECI, well, Susan's going to be still learning about ECI, but most of the benefits and what goes on and relations between the company and the employee and that sort of thing, right? And then Doug Mason, he's a railroad flagger guy who is going to start, I believe, next week, right, Matt?
Yeah. January.
January. Okay, so right after the beginning of the year. He's an Amtrak engineer, currently still running trains, but as soon as he's retiring, he's going to be a flagger. So the holiday schedule was put here, just kind of subject to emergencies and crews being flexible. I put closed at noon on Christmas Eve, but obviously it's not a hard stop date. Christmas Day, pretty much, I don't imagine anything's happening. I don't think there's any big storms in the prediction, but there could be salt applications. There might be something going on. The 31st is kind of the same, midday, pretty much closed, but again, not a hard stop, whatever works for the crews and everything like that. And then, of course, Wednesday is off. And then the other thing I forgot to put in here, announcement, and we'll send out another reminder here next week, but hams will be available Friday morning. Right here after safety meeting. We'll get set up downstairs. So everybody's here. We'll get their ham.
On the 20th.
On the 20th, a week from today. And then the other thing is we'll have a pig roast. How exciting. A Christmas pig roast. Christmas Eve pig roast, I should say. So I'm trying to turn that. Why is it? Yeah, let me try. Maybe it goes again. Well, I can't control this with the mouse.
Sorry.
There we go.
Ooh, biscuits.
Oh, okay, right there, yes. Okay, I'll use that arrow. Okay, pig roast. So holiday party this year will be right before Christmas. Christmas in the middle of the week. It was before or after. We got it right before Christmas or before that weekend. So weekend really messes this up here, but family and friends are welcome. So hopefully we get to see a lot of family too. It'd be fun to see some of the kids. And Charlotte is the project we're profiling this week. It is the NHG Signal 49, which is the contract number for VTrans. Typically, you can tell it's signal means signal there. So ECI is contracted with VTrans to upgrade the intersection of Route 7, Ferry Road, and Church Hill Road. So that's to turn to the ferry in Charlotte, that big intersection along Route 7. And work consisted of the removal of the existing traffic system and cabinet and installation of new traffic signal mast arm poles, signal controller, closure of an existing gravel drive that had an entrance that needed to get moved. And they had multiple, they closed one. And then other highway related items. And the scope also included 4 of these 42-inch diameter 16-foot drilled shaft foundations, 200-foot HDD and 12 inches of casing, of 12-inch casing diameter, 760 foot of conduit, wired conduit, 6 heavy-duty junction boxes, 4 mast arms, Wavetronic smart sensors, and 2 advanced sensors, and a MyoVision intersection monitoring sensor and preemption equipment. So a lot of equipment. And, hey, I got it moving again. This is early on with it. Some of the HDD work. You can see the drill sitting back there, shooting across the intersection. I'm sure most people recognize the intersection. And then these photos are a little out of sequence. There's one of the poles going in.
That's not on 117?
Church, yeah, see, Church Hill, yeah. Yeah, that's going up towards Burlington. Yeah, it seems like we're always working off in swamp, huh? Yeah, come on. There we go, it's moving in. And then just before a pour, it looks like protecting the anchor bolts and setting them with a template and conduit looking down in the hole. These 16, weren't there some 18?
No, 16 was the largest.
16, yeah, okay. One was a bigger diameter?
No, that's fine.
Oh, I can't remember now. It was a tricky design. It's a softer clay in there. It was pretty, well, you see it, I don't know if you really see a picture of it. And concreted all the way to the top, finished with our release, our form release, our special forms. There's looking inside the cabinet, all the high-tech equipment. Stuff's still got to be wired up here. And dropping the auger back down. You can see this kind of, that's some of the clay just peeled right away, and it was clay for sure. So that's what we got there. Photo archives. Oh, there we go. I believe this looks like Burrard Drive, the Velco substation. That's the Green Mountain Power substation. This was the Velco with the high lines going over it. Winooski River's down on both sides.
Big foundations, right?
Yeah, that's some of the dead end for the, I think, for some of the high lines that come in. Okay, that's what we got. Have a good safe day out there, and happy holidays coming up.
Zach McQueen. Kyle Minsky. Eric Merriman. Heather Mitchell. Dopey Moreau. Todd Nelson.
Her stuff's in my office.
Nate Patno. Dennis Berry. Matt Pickren. Adam Piper. Randy Piper. Randy Piper. Chris Potvin.